Good evening, ladies. I'll just straighten my hair. Get me comb over sorted out. There we go. Good evening. Good evening, ladies. Good evening, gentlemen. Or it should be good evening, ladies. Good evening, gentlemen. Or is it good evening, chaps and chapesses? Anyway, good evening, guys, and a very warm welcome. I'll just turn this volume down on the phone. I always forget to do that. There you go. Right, because I use the phone to monitor the chat, it's easier. Right, so good evening, as I say, and what have we got on tonight on the shack? Well, tonight on the shack, we've got an unboxing, which we'll get a couple of people in and then we'll get onto it. We'll have a chat first, and then we'll have a mess about with the radio and see what we can do about messing about with that. So yeah, I've not done a video in the shack for a while. Well, I have, but they've been workshop videos, classed as workshop videos. But you know, because it's comfortabler in here. Is the radiator on? Yeah. We should hurry up and warm up. Yeah, let's move that mouse pointer off there. There we go. Oh, pardon me. So, yeah, I've not done anything in the shack for. That's stuck up there. It's on the other side, isn't it? I'm gonna give myself a haircut soon, guys. So we'll be sat in the workshop for that because I do that once a year. We'll be sat in the workshop for that one night and I give myself a haircut because I don't like having hair on my head really. I mean, I don't like having it. You have to maintain it and fuck about and you know. Don't like having hair on my head. I don't mind having it up my arse. Nobody can see it there. Plus, when you've been for a shower, you just blow dry your hair up your arse and just simply do this. Oh, done. Anyway, yeah. So it's been a quiet evening. It's been a quiet week. I spoke to the Harvey today. I spoke to Harvey. Had a chat with Harvey on the phone, as you have to do because Harvey lives in London. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I think there's enough room on this shirt for another gravy stain. I think we might manage one more on that. Yeah, we've got my friend off the CB joining us in the chat tonight, TV Steve. He's going to come in tonight. Good evening, Steve, if you're watching. Say hello on the chat if you want to, my friend. You're more than welcome. But yeah, yeah, I'm having a good sort out here and getting rid of a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff got to go. You know, so, you know, really, guys, to be perfectly honest, I need to thinning it out a bit. You know, I need to sort of, what's the word? It's not cull, it's, you know, get rid of, you know, sort the whore down, get rid of stuff that's not needed, stuff that's not necessarily not wanted. I mean, if I had the money to buy my own house, I'd buy a bloody big house so I could keep everything. But that's not possible. And I'm very fast running out of space. So, you know, a lot of it's got to go, I'm afraid. I call it chucking a bunch of old shit. Is that what that says? Let's put my glasses on, double check. Let's have a look. I call it chucking a bunch of old shit. It's not old shit, really. I mean, it isn't, guys. I mean, it's not old shit, really. I mean, I'm getting rid of most of it, and it's being sold. A lot of it's being sold. It's all being sold, to be honest. Uh, Hello, the Harvey. Yeah. What's here? I'm here watching but lying down. You're always lying down, Harvey. Hello, Harvey. It's 10-1 CB talk. Yeah. So, I've got a lot of stuff that's got to be got rid of, and I've got those realistic walkie-talkies. My friend TV Steve is hopefully going to be having them on Friday. And they're all working. You've all seen me do videos. There's videos on here. You've seen me do videos on those, and they're all working. I mean, the MB60 up on the up on the top there, I might even sell him. I might even sell that. We'll talk about that in a bit. That's one of the reasons why it's out. Feel like crap. Yeah, I know you told me that earlier, Harvey. Get yourself a drink of brandy. Make yourself up a hot toddy. Yeah, make yourself up a hot toddy. Get yourself some honey and some malt whiskey, and make one of them up and get in fucking bed. You'll feel fucking great in the morning. You'll feel fucking great in the morning. I remember once, guys. Right, I was feeling. This is back in 1986, 87. If it was 86, I was feeling like shit. And I mean really, really bad. And I was talking to a friend of mine, I can't remember his name, he was on the CB. And he said to me, he said, listen Andy, he said, I'm going to send my son over. He said, with loads of stuff for you. He says, don't let him in. He says, don't engage your conversation with him. He says, because just get the stuff off him at the door, he says, and send him straight back. He said, so he doesn't mire you. He says, and just take it off him. He says, and take a little bit of that. He said, if you got any scotch, he says, make yourself up a hot toddy. He said, and just turn that bloody radio off and get in bed. So anyway, I thanked him, and I let him know his lad was on his way back. And then I made everything. I took a bit of everything, and I had a bit of scotch and some honey in the cupboard, so I made myself up a hot toddy as well. He sent me a lemsip and a few other bits, and some cocodamol or so. Well, I don't know what they were. He sent me some stuff that all affects all that, makes you feel a bit better. The hot toddy was the main thing that did the job. I made myself a nice hot toddy and got in fucking bed with it. Listening to everybody on fucking Channel 14 as it was back then, fucking chatting. Because 19 was used for the home base breakers. 19 was used, for mobile breakers, and Channel 14 was for home base breakers. So I was sat on 14 listening, and I had my hot toddy. So I remember I had a Cybernet Beta 3000 at the time. I turned it off, turned the power pack off, and I went to fucking sleep. And I woke up the next morning, fucking hell man, I was saturated with sweat, absolutely soaking with fucking sweat. I got up and I felt $1 million. I did, honestly. I felt really good. I felt dead refreshed. And I got in the fucking bath. I had to have a bath. I fucking needed it. I had a fucking bath. And I got fucking dressed, and that was it. I was fucking back to normal. Felt really good after that. Freezing cold weather is not helping me. No, keep yourself wrapped up, Harvey. Keep yourself wrapped up. Make yourself up a hot toddy. I know you've got something there. You can put some sort of alcohol there. I know you've got something you can throw in. Yeah, make yourself a hot toddy, my friend. and just jump in fucking bed and go to sleep and forget about it. That's the way to do it. Anyway, we've got an unboxing. Let's get on with that. So let's go to camera number 2. There we go. It's a green cloth. And what we've got under the green cloth is a box with TID Radio written on it. Now, you're all going to say, well, Andy, you've got a TID Radio. And that's true, guys. I do have a TID Radio, and I've got exactly the same TID Radio on the bench there that's actually in the box here. It's pretty much the same radio, but this is the 3rd generation of it, and it's got a few extra features in the menu, and it's supposed to do more. I'll take my address off. Obviously, most people know it anyway, but there's the manual with it. And what I like about these manuals, you know, they're really, look at that, you get colour pictures in them. You know, look at this. Really well made out manuals, and they tell you how to deal with everything. You know, it's really, really nicely made manuals. They tell you, look how clear and concise it all is. It's really, really nice. It's, yeah, anyway, this is the TID. This is the TID Radio. I think it's the T3, I can't remember exactly. But these are really, really nice radios. I've not been into this yet. It's still got the protective thing on the screen. I'll just pull the battery off and tell you what the model number is, because it doesn't tell you on the box. But we can just lift the battery off and we can tell you what it is. And it's the model TDH8. And this is the unlocked version of the particular radio. And the nice thing about this, you can charge this. You don't get a charging, you don't get a dock with it. You did with the first one I bought, but you don't with this one. But you don't need it because you can plug your USB-C cable straight into the battery, and you can have one battery on charge and one going if you want, or you can have it on the radio and charge it, depending on how you want to do it. Now, I think these TID radios are pretty good. You got a place there for you plugging your mic and your Kenwood style mic and headphones in there, and that's easy, nice to flick open, even for somebody with no nails. But what do we get in the box? Well, we get the actual radio itself, as you can see. We get the instruction manual, or destruction manual, or whatever you want to call it, if you want to call it that. We get the belt clip with the screws. We get the USB to USB-C lead for charging. We get the lanyard or the hand strap, whatever you want to call it. And we also get a little USB charger, which I wouldn't put too much fucking faith in that because it's very light. But even though I won't use that, you still get it, which is good. And it's a UK one, not a daft bloody American one. You know, as you can see, it's got the 3 pins on it, and they're shrouded. So we may undo one of these at some time and see what's inside them. And last but not least, we get the aerial. And there's the aerial. I can't zoom out anymore on this. That's as far out as I can go, I think. I'm thinking of putting the camera up a bit higher. Yeah, that's in. And that's all the way out. Yeah, so... yeah, because I've changed cameras. I've gone There you go, you just pull it down, look, and just slide it off. There we go. And that's everything out of the box. That's everything out of the box, so we can discard the box now. We won't discard the belt clip. Discard the bag that the radio came in. See, they give you the space there for the drop-in charger, but you don't get it. I've already got one. I've got one with the other radio. But you don't really need it because you can plug it in. They probably realised that, I mean, the radio was a bit cheaper than what it would normally be. I think I got that. I got that as an offer, and I think it was about £30 pound. It was about £30 pound. I got it for, and you know, it tells you there that it tells you everything you need to know in the manual. Now let's put the antenna on, or aerial, as we call it in the UK. There we go. See, it's the same as this one I've got here. The only difference is the colour. And this one I've got here, the new one, it should go. It should go. There we go. It should. If I go into the menu, there should be a few extras. Yeah, 58. Yeah, this LCD RX on. This LCD TX on. Scan band all. DTMF speed, yeah. There's a few extra menus. AM band off. I don't think mic gain. I don't know what a brief LED. That's that light or the flashes on the top. I don't know what all this does, but if we go to the other one, if we go to the one I've already got, as you can see, it's the same radio. How come that didn't want to say frequency mode or something?
Welcome.
Oh, I didn't have it turned up. Now, if we go to menu on this one, see, we still get see, that's 0, that's 45. So this one's 45. This has got 45 options in the menu, where this one, it's got a few extra. They've upgraded it a little bit, and it's got AM. You can turn AM on in this one. It was already on. I forgot. So let's turn AM on and see. AM band on off. It's off at the moment, so on, that's it. FM AM band on. So now if I go to exit, just make sure that it's actually, yeah. Let's turn it back off. That's it.
Confirm.
There you go, that's confirmed that it's on. Right. So the other good thing about this is it actually supports Bluetooth. This radio. Yeah, it is. It's airband over here. I think it's airband over here. I think you can use. It'll say is 156 megahertz in the VHF range, which is highly restricted America as emergency services band. Is that a VHF radio? It's both. It's VHF and UHF and also AM. I don't think you can transmit in AM. I think you can only listen. But you know, you can only listen in AM. If we go to one. Hang on. Right. And I would imagine now if I turn this on, turn that amplifier off. Is that one interfering as well? Not as much. But yeah, it is working. It is working, guys. We'll turn that up. There you go. It is working. So there we go, you see. That's where we're up to with that. And they're actually a nice radio. I mean, for what they are, guys. I mean, for what the
Josh, 475 if it's free.
goes 475.
1 4 5 4 7 5.
There we go.
Josh, and I'm just getting.
Let's adjust the squelch.
Menu.
Easier going that way. Exit. Oh, hang on.
Zero Juliet Mike Oscar Japan Oscar Mobile. Confirm.
There you go. Exit. See if they come back. Anyway, you know, there's, you know, they can actually, they'll actually you work on Wi-Fi. These, you can use them. You know, you can go on Wi-Fi. You can use them to program them. Will you go lie down then, Harvey? Yeah, that includes fire, that's true. We are still backwards in America with a lot of VHS services. It's probably the best mid-distance radio band. It would be nice if we could use it. Yeah, we can use pretty much most of it. You know, well, if not all of it even.
I just came out.
You know, let's take that squelch off a bit more. Let's open that squelch fully. Menu.
Menu.
There you go. Let's turn it down a bit. So that's it, guys, and this one offers you a few more extras, but nothing much different. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, there's like 10 extra options in the menu, which I'd have to read the manual to see what they all are. I think they've gone, haven't they? Let's find out. M6ANP, is there anybody on here? Don't know if he's coming back to me. Right. He's no someone else's talk. Where's the power? Where's the RF power? TX power's on medium. High, low, medium, high. Right, so we're on high power now. It should be about 10. That should be 10 watts. Oops. Right, so let me see. Turn this down a minute. Right, so Harvey's gonna lie down. How many we got left in? Hey, we got 7 in. Not bad. So that's it, guys. That's the TID radio. TDH3. And if we go to Bluetooth on the phone, one's dropped off. If we go to Bluetooth, turn Bluetooth on. Here we are, Bluetooth is off. And if we turn Bluetooth on, right, so it's telling us there that Bluetooth is not connected. So if we go to that, press that, Can't remember how you do it now. Must be must be in the menu. So hang on. There you go. There we go. Bluetooth is now on. So it's searching for it now. So it's now searching for it. Other devices, it's just decided to search for it. So it should find the radio. If it finds the other one, it shouldn't find that because the Bluetooth on that's turned off. I think it is. Well, the radio itself's turned off, so it won't find that. Yeah. Yeah, it's taking its fucking time looking for that. Turn Bluetooth off and back on again. It should have no trouble finding it. It should find it. I can't remember how it's done now. Right, that's Bluetooth off. That's on. It just changes. Yeah, because this one works the same way. If I press Bluetooth, but we don't want it to find that one because we know it will find that one. Oh, hang on, I know what it is. Let me go to the application. Go to Oddmaster. Can't remember my password. Can't remember it. Create new. No. Cancel. Skip login. Select model. TID radio. Unlock version. So there's a lot of different T8s here. A TD third gen ham. Be one of these. Third gen. Connect. Right. It doesn't find it on that one. So which one is it? Unlock version. Try all three. Read radio. Please upgrade firmware version. So it was not that one. Third gen. Read radio. There we are. It's third gen, it's reading the radio. See, we've got the line going up it now. It's reading the radio now, and it's reading the it's communicating with the radio there. As you can see, it's communicating with the radio. There we go. So now we can put things in now. So it's telling us what frequency we're on here. On the phone it's telling us what frequency we're on. We're on 441. Well, we're actually not. RX frequency, TX frequency, it's telling us that the frequencies are both the same. It's not telling us what we're actually on. But yeah, we can change things here. You know, we can, if I move this up to there we go. We can change things here on the phone. If I go to RX-TX list, confirm. So you can actually upgrade the firmware on these. You can actually change the firmware to what kind of radio it actually is. So it may not do that because there's nothing in it. If I click on write, now it's right into the phone, right into the radio, but it shouldn't actually do much because there isn't really much to do. But it's telling us what we're set on here. You know, for example, we can change, say, the TX power. We can change the TX power between high, mid and low. High, low and mid here if we want on the phone to save going into the radio messing about. Why have we got a circle going round? Let's come off it and go. Let's go to me. Confirm. No. Let's close it down and come back in. Get rid of that turning thing. Got a load of shit here that I don't really need running. Get the chat back up because I needed that. There we go. But yeah, we've got 5 people in. That's how interesting me unboxing was, eh guys? Oh, never mind. Right, let's go back to Bluetooth on this. Go back to the application. Right. You don't actually have to log in. You just select model, connect Bluetooth, which it is. Select the model you want. And the one we want is the H8 3rd gen. Then we just click read radio. And it isn't connected. Yeah. Connected device. It is now. There you go. And it's now reading the radio. As you can see on the radio, it's being read. Add 4G POC radio. I don't know what that does. I would imagine it's something that you can add. We'll look at that in a minute. But there you can change your TX power, all this stuff. You know, you can change all your parameters of your radio. You can even have it on, you can even turn scramble on this. You can't on the other one. So we go to add 4G. What does that do? It doesn't. Don't do anything. Programming setting. There we go. It allows us to change pretty much everything on the radio. We can turn scrambling on and all sorts. Scramble and all sorts on. We can do quite a bit. We can go to channel function. We can go to channel and go to function. And that'll tell us all. That'll let us do all our that'll let us do everything we can do in our menu. You might not be able to see it on the phone, but that'll let us do everything we want to do that the radio can do. So they're all your menu options there that your radio can do. Got your A-band frequency mode. Go into that. You know, we can play about with stuff that's in there. We're not going to, but we could. They're actually quite good radios, these. They're not bad. So we come out of this and we won't save it. And it tells us what it is there. You know. And that's it. And that's the Bluetooth function that it's capable of doing. It does, yes. It does. It has a scanning function. You can, yeah, there is a function somewhere for it. What's that button on the top for? I think that's the self-destruct button. I think you press that and everything goes bang. I think if you press that, hang on. Oh. It tells everybody you're being mugged. Why has that gone off? Yeah, Fred in the Shed's just put one up as well. Best budget shortwave radio in China just got updated. Hasn't put the same video as me up, has he? On the same radio? No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Nothing to think there, Fred. Yeah. So what I need to do next, get rid of that. And there we are, we're back on. Yeah, you can scan on it, Clarence. It's you can scan on it. I got the, what do you call it, one to start with. I got the translucent one, you know, and then I decided if I was going to buy the upgrade, I won't run it too long. I've not charged the battery yet. In fact, that's something we can do right now. because we happen to have a USB-C cable, and you just shove that up its arse. There we go, this lit up red on the bottom. And it'll do, if I squeeze that, that's only half power. Yeah, TX power made, I must have changed, mustn't have confirmed it. I have now. So if I squeeze that, yeah, 10 watts. This one should be on 10 as well. Yeah. But yeah, so you know, these are so let's put the strap on. Where does the strap go? Yeah, this is going to take some doing. Yeah, because it goes through. Yeah, it should just pop through there, but you know, you try getting that through there. Unless I'll take it down that way. Yeah. I mean, I like the carrying straps on them, because that way if you drop the fucking radio, at least you've got it round your wrist, it won't fall onto the floor and smash. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. And I've got a piece of wire here, guys. I'm going to show you how to thread one of these. Just using a piece of wire. What you do, you take that through there like that. You take that through there like that. It should be about roughly the same thickness. Then what you do, you feed that. I think it will go through. Yeah. Feed that through like that. Pull that through. Where's my pliers? Get my pliers. There you go. Pull that through. Make sure we grab it before we pull it back the opposite way. Then all we do, there you go, guys. That's the lanyard or the carry strap on, whatever you want to call it. There we go. And we've got its own USB-C cable there, which we're not going to unwrap because there's not really much point. We've got the belt clip, which has got 2 screws with it. Drop the screws into the middle of your bench, That way if you drop the screws into the middle of your bench, you don't end up losing them off the edge of your bench. Press that onto there. I might not be able to do this because I might not have a fucking screwdriver here. But I should have actually. Where's my screwdriver set? Should have a small screwdriver set in here. There we go. Right. Let's turn that CB up and see what's happening on there.
Probably will be after Christmas now because I'll try and get the power supply done for us. I've got to get Dave's radio finished, so I need to tackle them. I really do need to get that done. Yeah, no. Well, leave it till after Christmas and all after you get like, but whatever it costs for power supply, just let me know.
There we go.
That's if I can get it going, because depends what type of power supply it is and where it's gone. Sometimes it's the ICs on the boards. If it's just a voltage regulator or a bridge rectifier, then you're fine with that, or outputs or whatever, but most of the time with them modern ones, it's something on the board, and it's usually some of the ICs that go down, and you're not quite sure whether you can replace them or not, or sometimes they're hard to get hold of, you can't find them on the net. I won't be able to tell until I have a look at it.
So what we'll do, we'll...
Obviously I pinched it for something else because I've had it a while, but it kept popping fuse. But it's probably outputs that have gone, maybe. I'm not saying definitely, but it could be. No matter like, I mean, obviously I know you're busy, because you're working whatnot and doing stuff, in your own time, thank you. Yeah, no worries at all. Thanks, Tommy.
Yeah. Put that away after, there we go. There we go. Back in the drawer. Right, let's go back to you lot. Go back to me. There we go.
Mine says, I've got it here. Yeah, mine says, hang on, let me turn it back off. Mine's a 900. I just use it, basic like.
Okay, now I'm trying to do this on the screw. There we go. There we go. Go back to... Go to there. And I just want to change the camera.
I've never done it. I've just used it, for 2 metre or CMR. Yeah, can I hear you? Right on your way out. I don't know if Tommy can hear you. Give Tommy a shout, right?
It's getting... There you go.
What way is on Brian? I can't hear you.
There you go. Good evening, guys. Can you tell me who's knocking about, who's on, and what's happening? This is Andy Apollo, and we're live on YouTube. Good evening, guys.
Good evening, Andy. How you doing, mate?
I'm alright, mate. How are you?
I don't bloody playing it. After what went on before, it's bloody getting daft on here.
Was that you, Colin? Yeah, was that you, Colin?
No, it's Glenwick Lee.
Oh, it's Lee. Good evening, Lee. How you doing, mate? You all sound the same on here. Oh, you good?
Yeah, oh, good, mate. I mean, to your ear, yeah, we all do sound the same, don't we? What bit are you running then?
Go and watch.
Yeah, I'm on the 6900 at the moment.
All right. Well, I heard you going on about YouTube. Is that you doing a bit of recording tonight?
I am. I'm live now while we're talking. I've just done an unboxing on a TID H8, I think it is, handheld to 270s radio.
Doctor, 'cause if he don't work out of Oldham, then he's not part of, the team that I've been assigned at Oldham.
Andy, I don't know if you can hear me, mate. Can you drop it down to 17, mate?
Hello, Lee.
You there, Andy?
Yeah, I've got you there, mate. No worries.
Yeah, no, but I saw you say you're on the 6900.
Yeah, I'm on the 6900 at the moment. Roger Dodger. Yeah, I'm just doing 20 watts. I can turn it up if it's a bit quiet.
No, I think 20 watts is quite fine, actually. I should be turning my power down, to be honest. I've dropped down to about 30 watts. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, there's hardly no difference. A little bit of East has creeped in, but yeah. No, you're still perfectly readable. Still a Radio 5, no problem.
Oh, that's alright then. It'll save me a bit of power, that. Yeah, just a quick question, Andy. What are the prices for transmitter tubes? For CX 250Bs, the 4 circles?
I'm not sure, Lee. I'm not sure, but valves, all types of valves are pretty expensive at the moment. Mainly because of the demand for them. People think they're worth a lot more than what they actually are, really. But to be honest, without checking it up, I couldn't tell you. I've not bought any valves for a long time.
Right. Yeah, because my amplifier, I'm looking at getting some spares. You know what I mean? Because I don't think neither are that brilliant at the moment. Even though I'm still getting a power, but when they're going to go, they go. Because I've just done a bias check on them, and the bias that is setting lower than it should do.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, that's the problem with valves. I suppose transistors are the same, aren't they? In them amplifiers, they tend to wear out rather quickly. Depends on how long you're keyed up, though. I mean, they don't have suck the juice when you key them up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But at the same time, you see, valves don't like being idle for too long either. They suffer what you might call cathode poisoning.
They do, yes. If you're what are you calling it? Yeah, if you're running just the heater and they're not doing much, yeah, they suffer from cathode poisoning, don't they? They like to be, valves like to be used. They like to be hot. They like to be conducting all the time, I think is the correct phrase. Yeah, but like I say, we're on YouTube, and I've just done an unboxing on a little handheld I bought.
handheld then?
Yeah, it's a little TID radio. It's made by a company called TID Radio, and it's their H8 model, the third generation of it. I've already got the first generation, but I thought I'd buy because I got offered it on an offer. I paid for it. It wasn't given, but because I was giving it on because I got it on an offer, it was about I think it comes to just over £30. I thought I'd buy one, and see what the difference was. And there's about 10 different menu options, which have been added. But they're nice little radios. They've got Bluetooth and everything on them. You can program them through your phone and all sorts. They're really good. For the price of them, they're one of the best little handhelds you'll find. And they can do 10 watts.
Oh, that's quite alright then. So, what's the frequency range on them?
Yeah, I can't remember the exact frequency range, but they're actually 2 meters and 70 centimeters. But the new one they've just brought out has got AM on it as well. I think it's only AM received though.
Ah, right, 2 meters, 70 centimeters. So you're actually running VHF, UHF format then?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because I am a licensed operator, so I like to try things where and when I can.
Alright, so what kind of license you got then?
Yeah, I've only got the M6 license. I was going to go the whole log and get the full one, but after I did my license, after I did my exam, there was loads of people on 2 meters. I mean, you struggle to find anywhere to go and have a chat, so just joining with a load of other people. But within about 6 or 7 months, they all went, and there's really not a lot on there now. So it didn't really justify spending the extra money.
Yeah, roger that one. So when you said the M6, that's your intermediate license?
Yeah, that's what they call the foundation license, yeah.
Ah, right, so how much that cost you then?
I think it was about £45 back in 2011 when I did it.
Alright, well, about average really, I would have thought.
It's handy to have it because, you can use all the bands. You're limited in your power wattage, what you can put out. I think you can only put 12 watts out, maybe 20. I think they put it up to 20 watts. But, you're limited in what power you can do. But you can use all the frequencies. There's no restriction on that. So, I don't really need the rest of it.
Yeah, roger that one. Yeah, I just thinking like I said, like I said, my Acom even. Like I said, I've got a funny feeling they're going to want a couple of those soon. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've done a bias check on it and it's supposed to be idling around about, according to the documentation, idling at 5 milliamps, and I'm only getting about, 2-3 milliamps.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah. Yeah, I've got TV Steve coming on Friday. Buy a load of stuff off me.
Alright, what's it right off you?
There's all sorts. I've got quite a lot of stuff lined up for him. Mainly hi-fi gear, but I've also got 4 realistic handhelds as well. The nice ones. The 40 channel jobs. The TRC 1001s. I've got 5 of them and keeping one and gonna flog the rest of them to Steve.
Right, okay. Yeah, I remember I had an handheld years ago. CB handheld, I'm going back in the 90s. Well, fucking hell, having that one. Yeah, just carry a bag of batteries, you'll be alright. You know what I mean? It uses about 10 batteries to power it. 10 petrol batteries.
Roger, these ones do. Yeah, they got a big row of battery. You get put a big row of batteries in the back of it. Yeah, you put a big row of batteries in the back. Yeah, but the batteries nowadays, I mean, I've got rechargeables in this, but the batteries nowadays, they would last a lot longer now because battery technology's improved. I was having that conversation with Steve the other day, because back in the day, when them things were made, all you got really was fucking. All you got really was carbon batteries, weren't it? There wasn't much of anything else about, you know. But through the 90s and over the last 10 years, certainly, battery technology has really improved. You know, where batteries do last a lot longer now.
Yeah, I get that. I remember back in the 80s, 1980s, you had the zinc carbon battery, which is the most common one. Then if you have the spare cash, you can afford yourself a set of alkaline batteries, which what Duracell made. And then there was one, there was another battery, NiCad, rechargeable NiCad. You can afford a lot more money. It's over a set of rechargeable NiCad, but even then, back then the NiCads were a bit piss poor, to be fair, because the what to call it, the alkalines outshone them for longevity and keeping all the power. But that was the thing. But nowadays, like you said, with battery technology now, it's mainly all rechargeables what they've done. Because the old rechargeable batteries suffered more self-discharge, but the new ones now just hold it by changing the chemistry a little bit. Because they've gone from NiCad to nickel metal hydride to rechargeable lithiums, but in different formats of rechargeable lithiums as well. But when I say different formats, not just the cell type, but whether you get your 1.5 volt rechargeables, 1.2, someone with 1.5 volts, and someone with 2.7 or 3 volts, or they can go to 4.2 volt a cell.
Yeah, that's right. I could never understand with nickel cadmium why they had to be 1.2 volts when all the appliances that they used them needed 1.5 volts. So you're always a little bit down unless you could get a nasty charger, unless you get a really dirty charger that would overcharge them and give you the 1.5 that you really needed. Because really, all the appliances were 1.5 volts per battery. You know, you needed 1.5 volt batteries that took those, and nickel cadmium. I never bothered much with nickel cadmium. I bought some for a portable CD player, and I was disappointed in the performance. It was just easier to buy batteries. You know, if I needed them, it was just easier to buy batteries rather than mess about trying to recharge them. Because all the chargers back then, they were all dead slow, and you had to plug them in when you went to bed and hope that they'd cooked by the morning, that they were nice and fresh, ready to use. And a lot of time they weren't, so, you know. But yeah, like I say, I'm on the 6900, and I've got a Handmaster 4200 desk microphone plugged into it.
Oh, right. Listen, do you know anything about the Icom 705?
No, I've never had an Icom of any description, believe it or not. I believe they're meant to be alright.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I'm asking is because I've got one, and it uses what do you call it, the jack plugs for the Madphone speaker jack plugs, you know what I mean? It's actually a powered mic as well. I'm just wondering if there's any adaptations that you can run a different mic to it.
Your best way to do that is to look on the net, type in the name of your radio, and then type in microphone adapters. That's what I generally do. But I know Icom. They're pretty much. What's the word I'm looking for? There's a word for it. They tend to make stuff that only works with their radios. You know, proprietary is the word. Their stuff tends to be proprietary. Because I remember a friend of mine, he did a deal with another friend and got an Icom mic, and the mic wouldn't work on his radio no matter how he wired it. It just wouldn't work. It just wasn't loud enough because it wasn't because he was trying to use it on a Yaesu. I think he was trying to use it on an Yaesu 897, and it just wouldn't have it. It didn't like it at all, and because the mic was designed for the ICOM, and they use a different system, I think, in their speech processing. But if anybody else is on listening and knows better than what I've just explained, or can explain it better, then the mic's all yours. But yeah, that's that's my take on ICOMs. They tend to be proprietary on their mics.
Right, I was wondering that because I do know one thing about his radio. It's a powered mic. It's what you might call phantom power. Goes up the same wire, same set of wires to get the same signal down the same wires back into the radio again. As I understand it, that's how it works. I've actually read the documentation on it. I don't want any adapters or anything out there for it, you know what I mean? So I can run a desk mic at least.
Right, well, if you're running phantom power, it's probably going to be 48 volt phantom, which is the standard for phantom power. I've got a few mixers, disco mixers that use that. And basically, if you plug an ordinary mic into that, you'll blow the mic up. Unless, of course, in the menu, you can turn the phantom power off. If you use another mic other than the mic supplied, you will need to turn that off. If you can't turn it off, then you're stuck with the mic that you've got with it, I'm afraid. Unless somebody does an alternative.
Yeah, Roger, I got you on that one. No, I was just wondering because for this radio, I've got here, it's only a little radio, but what it does, it supplies either 3.3 volts to the microphone or 8 volts to the microphone, depending which model you've got. But yeah, that's what it does apparently.
Right, no, that's. I think it's going to be a proprietary thing that for ICOMs. I know on the Yaesus you can put pretty much what you want on them. I think that's why I like the Yaesus, because I've got a Yaesu F2 FT 450D, which I'm happy with. I've got a hand mic on that, but I'm happy with the mic. It works. It's what came with it, and it works. Well, actually, I've got two mics with this. I've got a bloody great big comically large fist mic, which I use because I've got big hands, and I've got a smaller one which has got a load of buttons on it which I don't use. But it's handy to have a spare mic. But yeah, I think with those ICOMs, I think it's a lot of it's priority. I think I've said it wrong there. But yeah, it's they make their stuff to work on their things, and they don't work on anything else. I think that's why my mate, old Tony he was called, Tony couldn't get that mic to work because it needed power. Because on the ICOMs you get power down the line, which powers the mic. It's got some sort of condenser microphone in them, I think.
Yeah, Roger, that one. I mean, this microphone I got here, it's got PTT, obviously, and four phase buttons, and then the microphone itself can double up as a speaker, as well as being a microphone.
Yeah, that's right, Clarence. Yeah, because they were only 12 volt radios. Yeah, they're only a 12 volt radio, not a 13.8 volt radio. Yeah, I've got you there, Lee. Yeah, but it's a priority. It's their own thing. They do it their own way. ICOM. It's you've got to use really. You could research it. There might be something about, but like I say, their mics don't work on other radios, and I think that's the reason. Because they have power coming down the mic line, down the mic cable to drive the mic, whereas Yaesus and things don't. I don't like things that are proprietary, where you can't change it. I like to be able to sort of like unplug one mic and plug another mic in. I mean, a lot of them you have to rewire, to make them work, but at least you can rewire them and make them work. But them Icons, they're nice radios, and I'm not slagging them off, but I won't have one for that reason, Roger.
No, I get you that one. You know what I mean? Just, I mean, to be honest, I do actually like the radio because it's everything at the fingertips, everything I really need, to be honest, in one radio. You know, I can, if I wanted to go mobile, I'll just take one connect cell, take another connect cell, and pick the whole fucking bag up from there, I'm gone. You know, you can actually go mobile with it, drop it and that, then bring it back and just drop it down, put your aerials up against it again, and just sort of disconnect up to a small burner, and away you go.
Yeah, Roger. You know, yeah, you can do that with most small radios. I've got a little portable here. I can't remember who it's made by. Begins with an X or a Z. One of the two. X it begins with, and you know, that's a little portable radio, but you can use it as a home base as well. It's full HF, and the only thing with that is the FM's crap on it because it only gives you narrowband FM, and everybody on here sounds crap on it. So you know, it's a bit. But that being said, I don't use it for FM only. For FM anyway, I only use it for SSB, and it sounds lovely on SSB. So, you know, and everybody else coming in sounds good. So, but that's what it's really made for. You know, AM and SSB. Even the squelch doesn't work on FM. I think FM for that was a bit of an afterthought.
Right, yeah, well with this one I've got here, everything works on it, absolutely spot on. If like if you're on FM, you've got 3 filters. Well, that what a filter do is control the bandwidth that you want it, you know what I mean? To go from filter 1, which is your normal bandwidth, then it just narrows it down further and further and further. We can get to pinpoint narrowness, but actually that, if I did that, if I did pinpoint narrow, I could hear everyone else quite loud, but then they think I sound really tinny, you know what I mean? But wouldn't I? Down to, well, you've got a few things going on with this radio anyway, as regards to FM transmissions.
Move.
Then,
Out.
then you've got the sideband and AM.
Move.
The story, but then you've got
Fucking hell.
Twin Peaks broadcasting, where you can actually adjust the frequency shift a little bit to fine tune it, you know what I mean? So it's like if you're on say sideband, you can fine tune it that much, but also at the same time you can actually tune yourself out as well, even though your own frequency.
Yeah, Roger, yeah, I've got you there, Lee. I know what you're saying. You know, but this little thing I've got, you can't do much with it. You know, you can play with it and it can make it sound a bit better, but it's never right. So I don't use it for that anyway. I only ever use it if I'm going to use it. I only ever use it for sideband. But I just bought it because it looked like a nice little radio, and because it's got a battery built in and stuff. It's great if you're going to go mobile. You know, if you're going to go, like, I live near Werner Flow, so if I wanted to go up there with it, I could just take a wire up there or something, just throw a wire out, and yeah. Anyway, I'm going to shoot off, Lee, because I'm going to get back to my YouTube, because I've got people asking me questions and stuff, and I've not answered anybody yet. So I'm going to get back to that, but it's been lovely to talk to you, and I shall catch you later, my friend.
No bother, and all the best, mate. I hope YouTubing goes great for you, mate. Yeah, I'm going to get back up to 19 now, and yeah, no bother, mate. Look after yourselves, and I'll catch you later.
You too, my friend. I'll catch you later, Lee. Bye for now, mate. There we go, guys. That's a bit of radio for us. That was Lee that we was talking to. Let's see what's happening with the YouTube. Got 7 people in. In the realistic, yeah. I found some military carbon power batteries from the 70s and they still measure. Yeah. Military stuff was always better, wasn't it? You know, well, there we go, guys, you see. Anyway, what are we at? We're at 8:30. Scraps, you keep fucking knocking my stuff over. It goes in between the cameras and everything. Let's come back up to you guys because we're getting ready to go now. But yeah, that's turn this off. That's what we're up to, guys. We're I thought I'd do a bit of radio while we were on as well. Hang on. Oh, and there we go. I'm gonna shoot off because he's wandering around, so I'm gonna let him out. And you all take it easy, guys. Like, share, subscribe, buy me a coffee if you want to. I hope you enjoyed tonight's video, and I'll catch you later. Bye for now, guys.